Hello, everyone, and this is a review of the Netflix anime Cannon Busters. Cannon Busters was created by LaShawn Thomas back in 2005, if I'm not mistaken, and it was anticipated for an animated release for years now. So we finally got it on Netflix. Cannon Busters follow the main characters Philly the Kid, Sam, and Casey Turnbuckle. Philly the Kid is an outlaw with a huge bounty on his head. He is a high-headed lone wolf that suffers from the curse of immortality. So every time that he dies, he actually dies for a second, and he's brought back with a number tattooed on his body. That number noting how many times he's died so far. He meets he meets the robots Sam and Casey. Sam is trying to meet up with her friend Prince Kelby, who he had to Prince Kelby had to escape his own kingdom because it's under siege, and he had to go into hiding. And she's looking for help doing that. Enters Philly. As a person of color, it is great to see such a diverse cast in an anime format. About 90% of the anime the cast was people of color. I love the concept of, the curse of immortality, the stench of death constantly following Philly the Kid. He had this awesome giant Cadillac that transformed into a freaking robot. Like, that was amazing. The villains were great. Like, you don't see villains like that everywhere. You don't. So that was also like a breath of fresh air. But unfortunately, that's where my praise have to stop. Philly the Kid was the most annoying as character. It was so many problems with him. He's written as a lone wolf. I've been doing this for a while. I've been on my own for a while. I don't need any friends. That is fine. But as that type of person, I feel like you should be smarter about your decisions. He made so many stupid decisions that he falls for every trick under the sun out of the book. And it just seems like, okay, at what point do you get smarter about this? At what point do you say, that's a trap. I'm going to have to avoid this. Or, that looks suspicious. I don't know if I like that. Like, not once. And he's died multiple times by the time we actually meet him in the series. By the time we meet him in the series, he's already died roughly about 20 times. So I'm assuming you've been around the block. You should know by now. Philly also has a really good bond with his car. He loves his car, which is understandable. It's saved his life a million times. But he does really reckless stuff with it, which is kind of negating each other. Like, if I love my car, the last thing I want to do is completely reckless stuff with it, knowing damn well that I could possibly destroy it. And he does it a lot. One example, he actually lets go of the wheel, turns completely around in the car while he's driving, supposed to be driving, and argues with another character while driving through the woods. Through the woods. Like, that's a level of stupidity that I don't understand. Now, mind you, while he's driving through the woods, he says to himself, I'm gonna take a shortcut. I don't understand. And he just purposefully drives through like bushes and like off like ledges and stuff like that. And one of the characters says, you're driving like an asshole. And then he says, whoa, like he starts arguing with the guy by turning around and facing him. I'm like, what? You are driving like an asshole. So it's like, as a character, he doesn't seem to have any redeemable qualities that I feel like every character should have. Every character should have at least one redeemable quality that you're like, okay, he's a dick, but he's this, you know. Vegeta was an asshole, but he had some type of, he had some type of standard that he held himself to. He did this, but he did this. Pros and cons of a character. It's not that many. It's not that many redeemable characters. I mean, qualities of Philly the Kid. He does not. He does not. He's not loyal to anyone particularly. Like the people that actually consider themselves friends to him. Like he would definitely like dime them out in a heartbeat. And then, oh gosh, I forgot about the near the end of the season. Um, no spoiler, no spoiler. And near the end of the season, he pulls a completely dick move, which I guess the creators use to try to explain, his childhood trauma through. And I mean, I'd understand if that is what motivated him, but we should have seen that way before. Like, I feel like attacking towards the end, kind of, it just looked like you just forgot to explain something, so you kind of wanted to tack it on at the end of the, like, in the last two episodes, which just gross. I don't like it. It's just so yeah. Philly the Kid just was not a main character that I was able to appreciate, to be honest. Especially when there was like other characters. I'm like, I like this character. But unfortunately, we spend most of our time with Philly the Kid. Um, he just yes. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna go all ahead. Sam. Sam is a robot. She's a personal assistant robot. I forgot exactly what the acronym is, but it doesn't really matter in this case. And she she is a robot that's kind of like, like she has no self-preservation, which is fine. Like it's been times that she would walk clear through danger, or she'll walk straight through a gunfight, like, not trying to dodge any bullets or anything like that, because she's a robot. She doesn't feel anything, I guess. She doesn't have any sense of, I'm a being and I want to protect myself. So she walked through, gunfire like that plenty of times. But in many other occasions, she also showed human like qualities, like more human qualities. She dreams. I don't understand that. She sleeps, and they constantly remind us throughout the series that she's a robot. Like she's constantly doing something, and Philly's constantly saying, "Well, why is a robot doing yada yada yada?" Which is fine. Like I feel like that's a good question, because that's something that the audience would be asking. But at what point do the creators answer that question? Yes, one will argue, well, you gotta watch next season and yada yada yada. But I feel like those type of questions should start to those questions should start to kind of answer themselves throughout the series. At least give you some clues that allow you, the viewer, to be able to kind of put some pieces together. Because as of right now, it's still completely in the dark. So Sam, she eats, she sleeps, she dreams. She has like, and when she dreams, I'm sorry. Yes, when she dreams, she even like flinches her eyes and stuff like that. Something like a normal human does, which is, again, it's weird only because she's also a robot that has no self-preservation. Like if she was an android, or if she was a robot that was kind of like learning human habits, that's fine. Or human nature, sure. Develop that. But how are you able to say that she has no self-preservation, which is a very human-like quality, and then also say, oh, she likes to eat and she likes to she dreams and sleeps and stuff like. Sam also has a mechanism in her that allows her to protect her friends. You know, whenever she meets someone that she considers a friend, she will register them in her internal memory bank of, saying, this is now my friend. This friend is now documented as my friend. So whenever her friends are in danger, she is able to transform into some type of machine or some type of mechanism that allows her to protect her friends. And that's great. Like, I think that's cool. But it changes every time. It changes to something different every time she activates it. And I don't understand why it has to change. You understand? Like, so, okay, not the next episode, but the next time she has to transform, she transforms into something completely different. So every time she's transforming into something different, but the threat is not necessarily bigger than what it previously was. Like, that is just inconsistent. It really is. And one will argue, well, she's advanced robotics and yada yada yada. But still, as a creator, consistency is definitely important. But I I would say all in all, I would give Cannon Busters roughly a, let's say, a 6.5 out of 10. Um the issues that I had with it was, I feel like they're fixable issues. I feel like they are. Like, it's not a permanent thing. The concept is great. The plot seems great, like, I low key do not like the main villain, but I love all the henchman villains. The henchman villains are fire. But the main villain is just, it seemed like it just comes out of left field. Like, it seemed like it doesn't even belong in the anime, to be honest. It just seems like that villain just seems like it belongs somewhere else. And it doesn't even seem like that much of a threat. Like, I sincerely feel like the other characters could really easily wreck the main villain. But that's just, my opinion. Thank y'all for watching, and I appreciate it. Make sure that you like it and subscribe. FawnTroyComics.com. Link is in the bio. Peace, y'all.